Merry Christmas, everybody! So today I decided to do an updated CD collection video. I decided to do it now on Christmas Day because of my internship I barely have any time to record CD collection or something. So like you guys know, I always update once a year my CD collection, and this always takes place in December because, you know, if I'm going to upload like a CD collection in July or something, and if I get any CDs after that, yeah, well, that's just really ridiculous for me. So yeah, I decided to do it, this year in December, like I always do. I can tell you that my CD collection has been extended, pretty big. Even in the K-pop CDs, like like you've seen a video on my profile, it has been extended to 28 albums. And in my other CD collection, I've really got a lot of CDs, and especially from one of the legend singers who passed away this year. So I'd like to start off with him. I'm talking about David Bowie. So first of all, I have Black Star. I got this album at the museum shop because I went to the David Bowie exhibition, which took place in the Netherlands earlier this year. I've been there 3 times, and the second time I visited, I bought this album. As you can see, the sticker is on it, because I decided, to put it back on, the album case. Yeah. I have 3 favorite songs on this album. My favorite songs are Black Star, Lazarus, and Girl Loves Me. I really like the instrumental of Girl Loves Me, so yeah. Next up we have The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. I bought this one in Germany. And there wasn't really a price tag on it, so I decided to ask someone of the staff, like, hey, how much is this CD? And then later on they did a research, and it turned out that it was 10 euros. So I was like, oh well, get it. This one was after I listened to like a lot of David Bowie songs on YouTube. This one was my first one I really wanted to get. It definitely was on the first place of my wish list if it came to David Bowie songs. I really like Starman and Ziggy Stardust. I think they're my favorite songs on this album. And I really like Suffocate City and Moonage Daydream as well. So yeah. Moving on to number 3, The Man Who Sold the World. I was really in confusion with the movie The Man Who Fell to Earth. So yeah. Anyways, I bought this one along with the album you'll see later. I was really actually used to the 1979 Saturday Night Live version, but later on when I listened to this one, where is this album from? Which year? 1970. This is like it says on the side, it's a 2015 digital remastered version. So. But yeah, when I listened to the original version of The Man Who Sold the World, I was like, oh, this sounds really good too. But it took me like a long time before I got used to that one. That's even my favorite song on this album, so yeah, not really a strong album, I think. The Man Who Sold the World was an album I bought with Young Americans. 1999 digital remaster, I think. Yep. I really liked the cover on this one, so I wasn't really sure, once I bought this one, I wasn't really sure which album I wanted to get it with, and I fell for this one, and I noticed later on that Fame was on this one. I really like Fame though, but looking at the track list online, I noticed that Fame was on this one, so I was like, oh well, get it. I really like that one. Then we have The Next Day. I just like the packaging of Heroes or something. what's my favorite song on this one? Where Are We Now? That was actually the main reason why I bought this album. I really like that one, and looking at the CD that the shop where I got this one from, looking at the David Bowie CDs that they had, there were even some which I wasn't a big fan of, or some I already have. So later on, I think this one was 10 euros or something. So yeah. And then we have Nothing Has Changed, the very best of David Bowie, the 2 CD set. I really like the cover though. I really like that one. That was actually the main reason why I wanted to buy this one in the end. I bought this one with a Duran Duran album. You'll see later which one that is. But I really wanted to get a David Bowie album where Golden Years is on the track list. So yeah, I had this one in my hands, and I had Changes One Bowie in my hands, and later on I decided to get this one because there are like tons of my favorite songs on this one, even Space Oddity, which I really like, and some others like Drive-In Saturday. I like that one a lot. So yeah, this is actually how it looks like. Of course, this is CD1, and then you have CD2, and then there's actually the written lyrics of Ziggy Stardust. So yeah, I like that one. And of course, I even had to get the 3 CD set. As you can see, there are like 2 jewel cases, and in one of them there are 2 CDs. Of course, the tracklist on this one is like way different. But my favorite song is on this one. Where is it? It's on CD3, track 19. Can't Help Thinking About Me. Yeah, I heard that one. Of course, you heard that one. Like, if you have visited the David Bowie Is exhibition, you really hear that song. I think in the beginning or something. At least that was here in the Netherlands. But I really liked that song a lot. And once I noticed that it was on the tracklist of this album, I decided, well, next time I go to the shop where I got this one from, I decided to get this album. This one was 25 euros though, and I paid for the 2 CD set. I paid 17 euros for. So, but I really like that one. I even have the Man Who Fell to Earth soundtrack. Yeah, I think last month, November, I went to a music shop, more down south in the Netherlands, of course, because in my hometown we don't even have music shops anymore, so it's really sad. But I visited that shop. Oh, I noticed that on the next CD it's a little damaged, but yeah. But I really like the movie. I've seen it like twice or something, and the movie was a birthday present this year for me, so yeah. But I was really happy once I noticed this one. I was like, oh, I'm going to get it now. I'm like really happy that they finally released a soundtrack of it, and especially because of that. This movie celebrates its 40th anniversary this year because it was released in 1976. So yeah, but yeah, I really like it. Of course, it has 2 CDs in it. I think I paid 17 euros for that one. I think, yeah. Next one is, like I said, a little damaged, but it's Hunky Dory. Yeah. By the way, I don't really have a favorite song of this one yet because I haven't really listened to it. Yeah, this one actually have like some of my favorite songs on it, like Changes, Life on Mars, Oh You Pretty Things. I really like those, so and I noticed that I didn't really have this album yet, so I decided to get it because I really like most of the songs on this album. So yeah. Then we go to the CD which I got for Sinterklaas. Is actually Dutch/Flemish tradition in the beginning of December, and I got one David Bowie CD, and I got a Queen CD. You'll see later. But I got Aladdin Sane. Oh, it's really dirty. Anyways, yeah, my favorite song is on this one. Like I said, with the Nothing Has Changed CDs. I really like Drive-In Saturday, and that one is on this one. So that's why I actually asked, like, hey, can I get this one? So yeah. The Gene Genie is on this one too, which is really nice. I really like the instrumental of that. So yeah. And then for now, my last David Bowie CD is Bowie Legacy. This is a pretty new CD actually. This one was released at November 11th, last month. And I bought it at last week Friday. Last week Friday. And I really like the cover of it, because of course on one side it shows like, you know, the former years of David Bowie, and then later, and the other side is actually showing, you know, the more the side of right now, so like, you know, from the 90s till his last album, and that's even shown on like the back. So of course right here you have like the 70s, 80s songs, and then right here you have the 90s songs until now. Yeah, I really like this one, and even Golden Years is on this one, and Sound and Vision, I really like that, you know. And of course, and if you haven't seen it, of course, this is how it looks like on the inside. That's really cool. So yeah. Okay, so that's my David Bowie CD collection. I'm going to some more random ones this time. So everything is sorted by artist, so if you were wondering. Okay, so next stack is actually just random ones. Of course, you know, there are even some in it which are not really that familiar. But yeah, let's get started. So I have Backstreet Boys in a World Like This. I haven't updated my Backstreet Boys CD collection yet, because I barely have, you know, I spent more of my money to my David Bowie CDs, so yeah. But once I heard, of course, In a World Like This on YouTube, I really was like, oh, you know, I was really used to the 90s sound, and I didn't really listen to any albums in between the last albums I listened to. But I went to, of course, 2 years ago, I went to their In a World Like This tour concert in Rotterdam instead of Amsterdam, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Backstreet Boys is actually my favorite boy band, and yeah. And then, of course, I have Millennium. I bought this along with the album you'll see after this one. But yeah, of course, this album was actually known by the songs as Larger Than Life, I Want It That Way, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. I really like those as well. But another favorite on this album is It's Gotta Be You. I really like that one, and it's on my phone as well. And then I bought it, like I said, I bought it along with Backstreet's Back from 1997. Yeah, they're like, I have to say that every song on this album is my favorite. Yeah. But I have to say my top 4 favorite songs, I think, would be Everybody Backstreet's Back, As Long As You Love Me, That's the Way I Like It, and If You Want It to Be Good Girl, Get Yourself a Bad Boy. I really like that one. I love it. Then we actually go to kind of a best of CD from a Dutch radio station, which is Hit Zone 75. I bought this for a main reason, and I'm going to turn it around. For this guy, Adam Lambert. He's on this one too, and yeah, I decided to get this one because of him. So, but I don't have any other releases of that. Then we go to a Dutch band, and I think Polish people will like it because they've seen them. So I'm going to show the CDs by order of when they were released. The first one is After All These Years. This is actually their very first album, and I really got into them, I think, around 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. And the coolest thing is that you can get every CD signed, so, and that's what I got, if I can get it open. Yep, it's signed right there. They don't have fan meetings or something, the way I also read out, but you know, after every concert, they come over to the people, you can take pictures with them, you can sign things, and you can have a conversation with them, so it's really cool. And then the next one is A Matter of Time, their second album, signed as well. By the way, on this album, first one, I think my favorite song definitely would be Fame and Fortune. I really like that one. It's kind of a solo song from the female singer in the band, so yeah. And then from this one, I have tons of favorites on this one. I would say Take This Chance. I really like that one. Oh well, I really like that one. And then I have their third, Sing Me a Song. It really took me like a long time before I got used to this album, to this sound and stuff. But two of my favorite songs on this one are I'm Nothing Without You and El Amor de Mi Vida. I really like that one, so of course here I have the track list. And this one is signed to, there you go. And then their last album they released so far is Angel of the Deep, which is a best of album. There's one new song on that, and for the rest it's just a best of album. This one is signed too, but the signatures are in the booklet, so yeah. Okay, let's do that that way. Okay. And then of course we have Enrique Iglesias' Greatest Hits, the only Enrique Iglesias CD I have. And you know, listening to his new songs, I kind of miss his old ones, because he mostly sings the songs in Spanish. Of course, Spanish is really cool, but I still kind of feel like homesick to these English songs of him. So yeah. Moving on to the legend. Actually, the one I got the most CDs from. Michael Jackson. I counted during the separate Michael Jackson CD collection. I counted all of my Michael Jackson albums, and I have 14 albums. So yeah. Okay, first of all we have This Is It. I've seen the movie twice in the cinema, so I really like that one. Of course, there's Susie, so this one actually has songs on it, which were recorded by Michael himself. And then here we have CD2. Oh, I'm too far. Here's CD2, but that one actually has like demos and poems, so yeah. And then we have, I think, my favorite album of Michael Jackson, Bad. Yeah, of course this wasn't my first Michael Jackson album, but I really wanted it to be. I really like the songs, of course. Wait a minute, I forgot to tell which my favorite songs of This Is It are. I think... Oh man, it's gonna be difficult, but if I have to pick a favorite, it's going to be Jam. I like that one. So back to this one. I think Bad is my favorite song and music video of Michael. And my favorite song on this one definitely is Bad, but yeah, I just really can't pick one because I like all the songs on this album, so yeah. And I got that one for Santa Claus a few years ago, so yeah. And then I have Dangerous. I bought this one for €7.50 some years ago. €7.50, so €7.50. That's really cheap for this one. It's a special edition. Looking at the back, of course. It's not really that special about it, besides it has some other photos in the booklet, so yeah. Yeah, Jam is on this one too, of course. If I really have to pick a favorite song, two favorite songs on this one, it will be Why You Wanna Trip On Me and Dangerous. I really like the intros. I really like everything about it, so yeah. Then I have Michael. Yeah, I really, once I saw like the commercial of this album, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to have it. And of course, this one really was in the news because they weren't really sure if Michael Jackson really sang all the songs. But the fans are like, whether it's Michael or not, we just love this album, I think. My favorite songs on this one are Hold My Hand and Breaking News. I really like Breaking News. Michael Jackson really sings about himself in that one, and I really like that one. So then we go to my first Michael Jackson CD, which is the Dutch collection. 2 CDs. And of course you really can see that's been used. Yeah, I don't really know what kind of song I like on this one because like most of my favorite songs are on this one. Um, so yeah, it was really like a battle between this one and Bad for being the first CD, but my mom picked this one because she was like, oh, there are more songs in this one, and I couldn't stop thinking about the CD Bad, so I was really surprised that I later on got it. Um, but I even have the German edition. I bought this one in Germany. Actually, the main reason for the song Scream, because I really like that one. I listened to the first CD. There are two CDs in this one as well. And I fell in love with the song Speechless. Well, it's Speechless, as I have to describe it, it's like half, vocals, half spoken. So, but I really like that one. I love it. And then we have History. Yeah, History is definitely like, the first CD is like the best of his other albums. And then, like it says, of course, on the back, it says, with the first part, it says, History Begins. And then with the other one, it says History Continues. I can't really pick a favorite on this one. I'm really happy that, Scream is on this one. I really like both CDs, so I really can't pick a favorite. If I have to, I think I go for Come Together. That one appeared in the movie Moonwalker as well. I love that one. So yeah. And now we have Immortal by Cirque du Soleil. I really wanted to visit like the show, but since it was too far away from hometown, I decided not to go to. But yeah, they just made a whole show about him. So yeah, and I got this one for Santa Claus a few years ago. So yeah. And then we have Thriller. Actually, my brother came with this one. Actually, we were in an entertainment store, and then my brother actually said, "Well, I found a Michael Jackson CD," and then he came with this one. As you can see, it's not a regular one. It's like a hardcover / book thing, because you really have to do like this if you open it, but it's kind of more like a book thing. My favorites on this one are Wanna Be Starting Something, The Girl Is Mine, and Human Nature. But of course, Thriller and Beat It, and Billie Jean, of course, are ultimate great songs too. Yeah. And then we have The Essential, Michael Jackson. Comparing to other The Essentials I've seen, this is the back on my version. There's two CDs as well. And yeah, if it comes to a compilation album, I never can pick one song I love. So that's the same with this one as well. Then we have Bad 25. I bought this one I think 3 years ago at a so from school we went to a Christmas market somewhere in Germany, and we made a stop in like a huge mall or something, and I later on bought this one for like 20 euros, and I decided to get it. Of course my mom wasn't really happy with it because I almost spent like my entire I got like money with it, and I spent almost everything about it. Of course this is a slight, and this is actually, this is actually a sticker because this actually has this cover behind it, but I decided to keep the sticker in this CD. I'm happy with that Streetwalker on this one. I love Streetwalker. And I listened to comparing to the to the special one. The French version is on this one too. I Just Can't Stop Loving You, and I think I would go for the French version from I Just Can't Stop Loving You if I have to look at both versions. So yeah, but I think Bad 25 is my second favorite. And then we have Escape Deluxe Edition. I bought this one in Paris 2 years ago. I really wanted the Deluxe Edition, but once I saw this in store, I was like, oh my gosh, finally. I wanted this because of the original songs, because the original, the standard edition only has like kind of the remix versions on it, and this one has even some original versions. So this of course looks like a DJ pack. Yeah. So if you open it up, of course, there's a poster inside, and the CD and DVD, and then the booklet is behind here. I decided not to hang the poster on the wall because I think, you know, since you guys can see that from this point that I don't have any space for posters, especially not for, you know, small ones. And now I go to my last one, and I didn't buy this one, but I want this one. This is Off the Wall, the remastered version. It was a big surprise because I want this one along with the vinyl of Thriller. And I didn't even know why, because the previous time, you know, I want something of Queen. You'll see that later. But this was like a total surprise, and you know, I don't have, as you've seen in my CDs of Michael Jackson, I didn't have this one yet, so I was really happy. This one of course contains some. Here is over here. There's chalk, and if you open this up, you can design anything you want in there. There's even a DVD inside, so that's really really cool. So that's about my Michael Jackson CDs. I'm now moving over to a separate stack. So I have the Dutch soundtrack of Frozen. Yeah, I really wanted to have a soundtrack of Frozen, but you know, since you can't get in the physical stores an English soundtrack of Frozen, I decided to get the this one. So yeah, I really really like this one. You know, since the Dutch titles, I really can't pick a favorite, but you know, I think it would be In Summer, sung by Olaf. So yeah. Moving over to my Queen CDs. Yep. And some two random ones, but I think one of them really fits, you know, these days. So yeah. First is the one I received with Sinterklaas along with Aladdin Insane by David Bowie, which is Queen Live at the Rainbow from 1974. This is my second live album of Queen. But you know, my mom really liked this one because of the packaging. It's the same as Bowie Legacy, so it's, you know, like a digipack kind of thing. So yeah, but okay, it's gonna be difficult to pick a favorite out of here. I definitely would say Killer Queen is one of my favorites. For now, as I see on the track list, I think that's my favorite. So yeah, I love Queen. My first live album was Live at the Odeon. This was the one I won. This is the standard edition. Because a few months ago, I joined a yeah, there was a special week about Queen, and I voted for songs, and I won this album, along with 2 tickets for a special event a few months later, and I enjoyed that. So yeah, look, this one is from 1975. So yeah. Oh, it's gonna be difficult to pick a favorite out of here. Bohemian Rhapsody actually starts to become my favorite song, because I didn't really like it in the beginning. Killer Queen, and I think, yeah, that's it. Yeah, but that's actually my favorites. So yeah, then we have the deluxe edition of Queen Forever. Bought this one in Germany, and yeah, I really wanted to get a deluxe edition. It turned out that I got this cheaper in Germany. I got this one for like 21 euros or something, and I could get it here in the Netherlands for like 22. So yeah. Yeah, I think. Where's that one? Oh yeah, that right there. I think one of my favorite songs is There Must Be More to Life Than This with Michael Jackson. I heard that one, and I got like goosebumps when I heard the voices of Michael and Freddie together. Wow, that's just like a legendary combination besides Queen and David Bowie. So yeah. So of course this is what it looks like on the inside. So yeah. Yeah, I just really love it. And then I have, which was like kind of a present by my parents, I got The Miracle. Yeah, my favorite song is on this one. 2 of my favorite songs actually. The Invisible Man and I Want It All. I think that's the main reason why my parents just purchased this album for me. I really like this album, and look at the cover, it's really cool. I like that one. So, and then of course we go to this one, the Platinum Collection, the Greatest Hits. So if they want to come out, this way, CD1, and then CD2, and CD3. I really like this cover though. I really like it. Same as like I said, I can't really pick a favorite if it's like a best of album or something. And then my last Queen CD is the Standard Edition. I purchased this one online, but there must be more to life than this on this one as well, and I love that song a lot. So yeah, moving on to the 2 random CDs in this stack. Drie's Acoustic Christmas. I went to their concert like I think 2 years ago. Yeah. This is I think an album which really fits these days. So, and it's signed right there. It's really cool. They're pretty cool guys. Yeah. And then we have this CD of the Culture Club. It's the kind of a Dutch best of CD of the Culture Club, and there are 2 CDs in it, and both actually have 15 tracks, with I think some remixes on it. But I really like the Culture Club, and I really would like to get some more albums of them, but this is just the only one I have for so far. Picking out another stack. Here we go. Okay, so first of all we have some Eurovision Song Contest CDs. Yep, I have all of them. Okay, so I'll later show 2 albums from some representers. So first of all I have from 2012 Light Your Fire. This is my favorite Eurovision year, I think, because I had like multiple favorites. Like around 26 or something. I don't know. But I think Norway was my ultimate favorite, and that one is very underrated from this year, so yeah. Then we have 2014 Join Us. Yeah, I just really wanted to get the CD, of course, like after every year I want to get the Eurovision CD. I don't have the one from 2013 yet, but I hope I can get that one soon, so yeah. Then we have 2015 Building Bridges. Yeah, I think it was very unfair in 2014 that, Austria won because they just sent a guy with, a beard and a guy in a dress. So, yeah. And then the last one from Eurovision is Come Together. Nothing else to say about it. And, the Netherlands made me feel like proud again. We got ranked 11th, but I really felt proud again this year. So, yeah. Then I have 2 albums of 2 representers. So I have Måns Zelmerlöw's Perfectly Damaged. I listened to the entire album and I love it. Måns Zelmerlöw was last year's winner, and I got from 2012 Roman Loves Home, and I bought Måns' albums and Roman's album in Germany, both. So yeah, I think next album, I think that Americans would be surprised that I have this album, though I live in the Netherlands myself, so I have this album of American Idol, the 10th anniversary, volume 1. Main reason why I bought this one is because of Adam Lambert, of course. But this was, this one was like the CD, kind of the CD I wanted of American Idol. I really would like to have the season 8 CD as well, but I cannot buy it in the Netherlands, and I don't have a credit card or something, so I can get it internationally. So yeah. Yeah, I think Adam Lambert was definitely the main reason why I wanted to buy this album, so yeah. Okay, then we go to my second favorite band. Queen is my first favorite, and then Duran Duran is second. So here we have Seven and the Red Tiger, my first album of Duran Duran. I have tons of favorites on this one. Tons of favorites. The Reflex, I Take the Dice, and Union of the Snake are definitely my favorites on this album, so yeah. My favorite members of Duran Duran are John Taylor, the bassist, and from keyboard, Nick Rose, yeah. Then I have the latest release, Paper Gods, really thin album, and I bought, this album along with Nothing Has Changed, the 2 CD set of David Bowie, so yeah. So it's, you know, this is what it looks like on the inside and all the members. So I really like this album. I think looking at the track list, I really listen a lot to Pressure Off, but I really like all the songs, even Danceophobia. I love that one as well. Then we have a birthday present, Notorious. As for this one on my birthday, and I was so happy that I got it. Yeah, I couldn't wish for more. Two of my favorite members are in this setting because they, when this one was released, they ended up with just 3 members out of the 5, and currently they're back with, like you have seen in Papercast, they're back with 4. And then my last Duran Duran album is their self-titled album. I first thought that it was a best of album, but it, you know, then it wouldn't have been seen somewhere on the front. Oh shoot, it's damaged a little. Yeah, but this is actually their first album, I noticed. So yeah. Then we go to some random CDs, I think. Yeah, some random ones. We have the Scripts, No Sound Without Silence. I really wanted this album because of the song Superheroes, and I still love it. And it's even my favorite song on this album. So yeah, I really would like to get some more CDs of the Scripts. I have 2 albums of Maroon 5. I got V, along with the Script, and these 2 Maroon 5 albums were my birthday presents from last year, I think. Yeah, last year. Out of the hits like Maps and Animals, I really like In Your Pocket. I really like that one a lot. Yeah, and I went to the V tour last year, June 3rd, 2015. It was amazing. And I have Overexposed. It's a little damaged. Of course, I like One More Night, Payphone, and Daylight. I like Lucky Strike as well. Lucky Strike is definitely a great song, so yeah. Moving on to some random ones. These definitely are random ones. So I have the first CD of Hannah Montana. It definitely remains the only one. And then I have, from a former Dutch group, I have some CDs. So from Chips, I have Past, Present, Future Part 1. I'm not really going to tell my favorite song because that would be too embarrassing. Part 2, CDX, and then 2 made CDs. These were made for me. Moving on to my ultimate favorite singer, I think. My favorite male singer. Like you can see over there, Adam Lambert. So I have his first album, For Your Entertainment. It's damaged, I know. My favorite songs are really, it's gonna be difficult because I like, A Loaded Smile's the only one I don't like, but I do like the rest. From the bonus tracks, because I have more bonus tracks than this one. Can't Let You Go and Master Plan from the bonus tracks, and from the regular songs I like If I Had You a lot. I really like that one, and Strut. I like that a lot. So yeah. Then I even have the tour edition. You guys don't want to know how long I had to wait to get this album. Bought it online secondhand, but it looks pretty new, and I really wanted to get this one because of the DVD. It has some, some recorded sessions on it. It has music videos on it, and it has one making of. So yeah, that's why I wanted to have this. And then I have 2 copies of Trespassing. You know, this one is pretty damaged. This was my first Adam Lambert album. What was my favorite track on this one? I really like Pop Deadlock. You know, Kicking In is the only song I don't like, but I do like the rest. But Pop Deadlock is my ultimate favorite on this one. So yeah. And then I have, this one is pretty damaged too. You know, looking at the CD case, but the discs are pretty fine. So yeah, I have Glam Nation Live. I have this one for €8, and thanks to my best friend I have this one because otherwise I probably wouldn't get it. And nowadays you still can get it online, but for over like €30 or something, and I got that one for €8, so less than €10. I have a demo album, Back for Mercy. 2 years ago, I really had to wait like 2 freaking months before I got this one because it got lost somewhere. So after I contacted client service, I got Lindy and got a new one. I have Playlist the Very Best of Adam Lambert. Once I bought this one, it was 13 euros. Half cheaper than the original price. So yeah, and of course I have the original high. I have the deluxe edition, and I have the standard edition. It's gonna be difficult. I like all of the songs of this album, all of them. But picking out favorites, Shame, and Ghost Town, I think. If I have to pick favorites, yeah. Moving on to my K-pop CDs, I'm going to show them like by group. So first of all, I have, of course, 2 Harvest Moon. I have 4 Minutes, first full-length album, 4 Minutes Left. You Know is my favorite on this one. You Know is. And then from this one, I haven't really listened to it, but Nightmare really gets my attention. So yeah. I have their first mini album, first full-length album, I want to say that one. I already showed that one. I think Music is my favorite. That was the first song I got into. I have Hit Your Heart. I'm not going to tell which photo cards I got because you really have to see my K-pop CD collection for that. So yeah, I have Volume Up. It's a little discolored over here, but I am planning on getting another copy for this one just for like photo card purposes. I have my first 4-minute album and my first K-pop album. Name is 4 Minutes. My favorite album. From Hit Your Heart, I think Invitation is my ultimate favorite. From Volume Up, Say My Name. And then from this one, Whatever. I really liked all of the songs though, but yeah, I really like the entire album, and it's my favorite album even because of like the photos and stuff. I want to get a new one of that one for for just another copy. So yeah. Then I have their 5th mini album. Like I said in my K-pop CD collection, it took me like a long time to consider if I wanted to get this or not because I disliked the entire album. I have Crazy. I think my 3rd favorite. And then last but not least, I have Act 7. Want to get another one of this one for photo card purposes. So yeah, that's my 4-minute collection. And then I have my second bias group, 21, their first mini, their first full-length album, and it ended up being the only one. I have their second, which was my second K-pop album. So yeah, I probably want to get a new one of this one as well, just to get a new one. And I have the black edition of Crush. I would like to have the pink edition of this one. So yeah. And then I have, from my 3rd bias group, I have Ice Cream Cake, the Ice Cream Cake version. Not randomly selected actually. I have the red. The Velvet. I'm not going to tell you either from these which my favorite songs because that's going to be too long. I'm already at like 43 minutes, so yeah. And I have Russian Roulette. All the way around, huh? So yeah. And then I have Twice's first mini album, The Story Begins. And then I have a page 2 pink version, not randomly selected, but yeah, I'm really happy with that one. But I really considered getting this because I definitely disliked their second comeback Cheer Up, but I decided to buy it. I have not randomly selected either Twice Coastal Lane 1, the apricot version. I am planning to get the Neo Magenta version finally after, I prefer this one over the other one. I have Tiara's 12 mini album, Remember. And then I think this group starts to become my 5th favorite group because my favorite groups are 4 Minutes, 21, Red Velvet, Twice, and EXID. EXID's Yeah. And Street. And then we actually have a group where I definitely would think of, you know, why should I get this album? You know, actually, I really wanted to get this album because this is the only album I like of this group, and it's like the #1 K-pop girl group ever. I got a Boy Yuri's version by Girls' Generation. This was randomly selected. This one was randomly selected, but I was pretty happy when I got Yuri's version. I really was hoping to get one of my biases. So yeah. And then I have some other albums which I'm going to show as well. So I have FX's Red Light version A. I have Luna's Free Somebody. It took me like a long time to, you know, get this album as well, but just because I really had to get used to the main track, like Free Somebody, because I wasn't a big fan of her solo debut at first, but in the end I liked it a lot. And then we go to CLC's First Love, first mini album. I only wanted this one because I really like their debut, and I don't really like them that much anymore, so yeah. And then last but not least, I have Rania's Demonstrate. The only album I wanted of Rania, because I really like Demonstrate, and yeah, I don't really ever had anything with the group. And then last but not least, I even have some singles I have to show. So I even have some of Chips as well. I have this one from One Day When I Grow Up. Gangster Town. It was like 1001 Arabian Nights, but it's, you know, in this song it's spelled like 1001. So, and of course for decoration I put a sticker on it. Hey everybody, so my tablet actually stopped recording because it actually, you know, reached its maximum limit. So, but there were some more singles I had to show. So I have Gypsy Girl by Mon Amour, which is, as you can see, signed. I have La Gomera. And I have some Adam Lambert singles. The first I show is Ghost Town. It's still sealed, though, because I got it. It was sealed when I got it. I have What Do You Want From Me? And once I've purchased, you know, it still smells like cat food because it was packed in something with cat food, so yeah. And then I have Bad at I Know Myself. And you can see right there, it was from a German movie, the soundtrack. So I was really, you know, surprised that it was, CD's falling out. I was really surprised that it was a soundtrack of a German movie, so yeah. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Merry Christmas, and I would like to, what do I have to say more? Nothing. Merry Christmas, and be careful if you want to light up some fireworks. And I'll see you guys next year. Bye.